r/NoSleep. Posted by u/Gray. Building 679. I've been hired to find a lost satanical painting. Unexplainable things have started happening since I began my search. Part 2. I meet Chelsea outside Winthrop Assets the next day. Her face sun-kissed, once curly hair has been blown out and pinned back. "Did you tell Kelly I was looking for Sarah Adams paintings?" I ask as we make our way into the lobby, before swiftly going up to the top floor. "Was it a secret?" Chelsea bites her lip. "Sorry, Kelly asked why we wanted to visit, and I just figured there was no reason not to tell her." "Don't worry about it." I give Chelsea a smile, which eases the lines indented in between her eyebrows. I wonder if it was Kelly who followed me home last night and is responsible for the apples. In a way, I hope she is, not knowing is far worse. Kelly meets us outside the elevator in a tailored Dior suit. Her look has matured since we last met, with the addition of glasses that sit atop the bridge of her sculpted nose, and subtle gold jewelry that I'm sure is worth a GDP for some countries. She gives us air kisses, reiterating how pleased she is to see us. A twinkle comes from her left hand, which she waves across her face. Chelsea catches it. "Oh my God! Did you get engaged? Look at this rock." I'm not one to swear, but holy shit. Chelsea grabs Kelly's hand, looking at the massive diamond. "Soon to be Mrs. Miles Winthrop." Kelly's lips curl upwards. "Well done, you," Chelsea exclaims, holding her hand like it is some precious artifact. Leading us down a hallway, Kelly takes us to a door, putting her hand on the center, and lowering her glasses, as a machine scans her iris. A green light appears and the door opens with a poof. We follow behind, walking into a secure room. Paintings line the walls. I present the Winthrop collection, the world's largest acquisition of artwork pertaining to the occult and the devil. A common passion, almost obsession, that me and my fiancée share. Kelly takes a step back, watching our reactions. I am admittedly impressed. There are several paintings by Bush and Blake, as well as a famous engraving by Musi that I have only seen in textbooks. There are other things here too, sacred things, masks and rock paintings depicting a large black figure, dating back God knows how far. A worn scroll in Hebrew adorns the wall, with the image of a snake. I could spend an eternity here, but I know what I am looking for and instantly walk over. Side by side, are the 3 known paintings by Sarah Adams. The first is of a man in a forest surrounded by animals. The second a small boy, walking along a path, beside him are eggs, with small chicks scurrying about. The last, of a community, a group of people praying under a large cross. My eyes scan them, securing Sarah's signature in each, the small snake. The paintings represent the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. At first glance, the work could be seen as a tribute of the artist's devotion to God and her faith. Kelly steps next to me. But upon closer look, a black dog is in every painting. Chelsea says in a whisper, "The devil's familiar." And if you look at the faces of the boy and the father, a blue mark, a witch's mark. So subtle, you could almost miss it. Kelly grins. If you study the people in the third piece, you can see an unholy teat somewhere on their bodies. This woman has one in between her fingers. Witches were thought to have an extra one to suckle spirits. Phenomenal. Chelsea echoes what I'm thinking. "Do you mind if I take pictures?" I turn to Kelly, who gives me a small nod. "Thank you." I put my phone in my pocket when I'm done. "And thank you for showing us the collection. We should go, I don't want to take up any more of your time." As we are walking out of the room, Kelly meets my pace. "I hear that you're working for Arlene Van Cult trying to find the lost works of Sarah Adams." She scoffs. Arlene is a true dilettante, a neophyte in matters of the occult. I swear, some people get on Ouija board and think they're Satanists. Pathetic. Regardless, she's managed to find one of the paintings already. I turn, watching with both glee and trepidation, as the expression changes on Kelly's face. She didn't know that part. "How?" Kelly stands upright, glaring. "How did she find it?" "She had a dealer who apparently dug it up somewhere." I shrug. "Whatever she's offering you will double it." Kelly grabs me by the shoulders, her apathetic demeanor crumbling. I see a look of desperation on her face. "You can't double what has no amount." I slide away, releasing myself from Kelly's talons. Truth is, I would rather jam an ice pick in my eye than work for Kelly or her soon-to-be decrepit husband. Taking a step back and regaining her composure, Kelly pulls at her suit. "Thank you for coming, ladies." She turns before looking over her shoulder. "Be careful, Lucy. Happy hunting." When I arrive back at my apartment later that day, coming up the stairs I stop in my tracks. In front of my door is a black dog. Is it the same one that I saw yesterday by the subway? I'm holding a sandwich in my hand, and break it in half, throwing it towards the animal, who sniffs the food before swallowing it in one bite. She comes over, brushing my leg and nuzzling her snout against me. I notice she has no collar, and against my better judgment, I let her inside. If my landlord Ronnie finds out, she'll have my head. The dog jumps right on my bed, going in a circle before finally laying down. You better not have fleas. I fill up a bowl of water, placing it on the ground, just in case she's thirsty. What should we call you anyway? Raven? Seems fitting because of your coat. The dog looks at me, tilting her head. Okay. Raven it is. I turn on the television. Frasier again. Go ahead, Raven. I'm listening. I say Frasier's catchphrase to my unamused audience. As it gets dark out, Raven goes to the door, pawing at it. I open it, and she bounds outside, disappearing into the night. I'm not sure if I should chase after her, but something tells me not to. She knows the way back. After a thankless dinner of rice and raita, I go to the couch, propping up my legs, and examining the photocopy of the Sarah Adams painting that Arlene has, or as I have started calling it, Woman Bangs Devil. I notice something interesting along one side of the border. The paint strokes are different, heavier and thicker, as if they were meant to form something else, like it's half finished. I keep looking till my eyes become heavy, closing. I can hear the TV, Hey Baby. I hear the Blues A calling, tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Waking up with a jolt, I blink. The room is completely dark, the TV off. I realize I must have fallen asleep. Sitting up, I see a shift of light in the hallway towards my bedroom. It's a shadow, a shapeless form, moving and twitching as if it were mechanical. Fear blossoms in my chest, sucking in my breath with a sharp inhale. The outline freezes. Then, whatever it is, seems to vibrate, moving faster and more rapidly, like a spinning tire, before propelling forward and merging with the blackness completely. Glued to the couch, I can hear something traversing around the room, going at a furious speed. There is a loud bang, which erupts in the recesses in my apartment, and from somewhere an object falls over in the kitchen, ricocheting against the tile. There is a burst of laughter, or is it crying, that sounds like it's coming from underneath me. From where I am, the rest of my home is obscured, as if a black curtain has been brought down. I hold my breath, as I see two long black hands appear from that dark space, stretching across the carpet, lengthening as they make their way closer. Mangled claws hold something, stopping before me, dropping it a few inches from my feet. It's the printout I was looking at before, written across in red ink, 2 words, Fode Abyssi. The hands present it like a gift, before recoiling. Stillness fills the space, the darkness abates, and I realize with relief that I am once again alone. Petrified, I get up. I feel like screaming, but my attention is diverted. I hear a sound, but this time coming from outside, voices talking. My door handle shakes violently. Someone is trying to get inside. With giant strides I move to the kitchen, grabbing a large kitchen knife, and holding it straight ahead. My breath is staggered, as I try to steady myself, preparing for whatever inevitably come through the door. There is a dog barking, and the shaking and voices cease. After a few minutes I go to the window, and with relief see nobody is there. Dropping the knife, it clanks against the flooring. I've been holding it so tight the outline of the handle remains indented in the palm of my hand. With a switch, my apartment becomes illuminated, and my heartbeat finally begins to feel like it's not going to explode out of my chest. Unable to stand, I collapse onto the floor, picking up the paper that's been left, Fode Abyssi. What the hell did I get myself into? I've been meaning to make a trip to Beetle and Bob, the employer of Jeffrey Cameron, the man who found Arlene's painting. Exhausted from last night, I reluctantly make my way uptown towards Harlem, pounding 5-hour energy drinks, a mistake as I'm still tired but now with heart palpitations. Beetle and Bob is an ill-fitting shop on a deserted, grimy street, down the corner from a 7-Eleven. It looks terribly out of place, rightfully belonging tucked away in some mysterious corner in Barcelona or Paris. The sign out front is black, with liquid gold writing, sleek and stunning. I enter to find an older woman behind the counter, frumpy with wild white locks that hang down past her waist. "Hello. I'm here to meet Jeffrey Cameron." I sling my backpack across my shoulder, examining the interior, which is constructed of deep rich mahogany wood. Jeffrey has been missing for about a week. The woman smiles a toothless grin, speaking in a distinctively Jamaican accent. "Skip town, or maybe something worse. He's the type to up and vanishes though. Never liked a men. Damn. I let out a sigh. Did he mention anything to you about a painting he found? A work by Sarah Adams? It's funny, you're the second person to inquire about this painting. A woman came here yesterday wanting to know the same thing. The older woman seems amused by this. I, on the other hand, am not. Black hair, no tits? I say, knowing already that it's Kelly Armstrong. That sounds about right. The woman nods. Jeffrey procured a painting for a client recently, all of his notes are on his desk, you're welcome to look. More than likely going to throw it away, don't suspect he'll be coming for them anytime soon. She points me in the direction of a desk, littered with papers. I sit down, rummaging through till I find a printout of the 3 paintings I saw at the Winthrop collection. Underneath is written, Father greater than Mother. Son greater than Daughter. Holy Spirit greater than Devil? Something clicks inside my head. The lost work of Sarah Adams is an inversion of her original 3 pieces, the paintings I had seen as part of the Winthrop collection. The painting of the man, representing the father, is the opposite of the one Arlene secured, the mother, the woman. Which means that the other 2 lost works would be of a similar relation. For the painting of the son, there is a lost painting of the daughter. For the Holy Spirit, the unholy spirit. I silently thank Jeffrey Cameron, wherever that poor bastard is, and continue looking through the contents of the desk. I find a folded map and unfurl it. I'm not surprised when I read the title Salem, Massachusetts. Of course. Did you find what you were looking for? I hear a voice, and turn to see the woman from out front, leaning up against the doorframe. I did. Thanks. Do you mind me asking, did Jeffrey talk to you at all about what he was looking for? The woman bobs her sizable head up and down, something like that. Did he ever mention anything strange happening to him? Seeing things that weren't there, or shouldn't be? Those horrible claw-like black hands from last night flash in my mind. Part of me feels I might be losing my grip on reality, the other part of me realizes that maybe there's something more nefarious at play. The woman narrows her eyes. You ever hear the story of Pandora's box? How that woman just wanted to take a little peek inside, curious and all that, and out comes all this horrible stuff. Sometimes you get more than you bargain for when you start looking for things. I take in her words, pausing, thank you again. I get up and go towards the door. You just going to keep on looking in that box, aren't you? The woman crosses her arms in front of her chest. There's a laughter to her words. I have to. I smile, just like Eve biting the apple. Just like Pandora opening the box. I have to know. I wave goodbye. Bye Lucy. I hear her say, as I leave. As I walk away from Beetle and Bob, the words I just said settle with me, like tea leaves at the bottom of a mug, compounding my resolution. I am cognizant something unexplainable is happening. I don't believe in the supernatural, but after last night, how can I deny it? Regardless, I feel compelled to keep moving forward, to find out what happened to the lost work of Sarah Adams. I don't think I could turn back at this point even if I wanted. At that moment my phone rings. It's Chelsea. Hey Lucy, how's the search going? Good. I take out the map, I lift it from Jeffrey's desk. I'm going to Salem. Want to come?